Jesus is the perfect example of these descriptions of Christian godly character. He's the perfect example of it. And we should behold Jesus in everything that we do, in every action that we take. We can know that if we place our faith in Jesus and trust him, that he will transform our life accordingly to the same character as his. We often look to religion hoping to build this character. But you need to realize that religion will get you nowhere. Religion will get you nowhere. It's only the relationship with Jesus that changes us, impacts our character and our behavior. I tried religion for years. I went to church. I volunteered for things. I went to Sunday school. I sang in the choir. I sang in the praise team. I became a deacon. I taught a Sunday school class. I was a leader of a men's ministry. I was busy. But spiritually, I was pretty much dead. Spiritually, I was pretty much dead. I felt like I couldn't gain any ground, or I couldn't gain any knowledge to grow into any spiritual depth like other people could. Meanwhile, people around me, even my own wife, was growing deeper in a spiritual relationship with God, and I'm like, I'm getting nothing. I don't feel anything. I don't know how they're doing it, because I just feel like I'm just touching the surface, and I feel like they're like all the way in. I just can't grasp any deeper. I read a lot of God's word, but I didn't understand it or how to apply it to my life. I mean, I knew the stories. I knew about Daniel, Lion's Den, David and Goliath. I mean, I Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. I mean, you know the story of Jesus. You knew all that stuff. It's just, I didn't know how to put an end to my temptations. I didn't know how to put an end to my hurts and habits and hang-ups. I just kept, last week I made a reference about sin and going back to the watering hole. I should have went a little deeper on that. When you drink water out of a watering hole and that water is bad, but that's the only thing you keep knowing, you can go back to, you keep pouring that sickness back into your body. And so when we live in sin, we keep going back to that same old filthy watering hole. And that's not good, because it's just continually pouring sickness in our body. And it's when you find living water through Jesus Christ that you can actually be healed. And then God can remove those temptations. God can remove those hurts and habits and hang-ups. And you can have a totally different life. But I felt stuck. Let me tell you, you can have positions of leadership in the church all day long. You can be busy. You can teach classes. You can be a deacon. You can sing on the praise team. You can do all that stuff, but you won't be effective if you do it all without Jesus. You will not be effective if you do it all without Jesus. God finally showed me that I needed to set aside my pride. And I needed to surrender everything inside of me, all the stuff that I'd been holding back, and that I needed to become a different person. All that stuff that I didn't want to let go of for years, that I kept hanging on to. And after I did that, and I allowed God's Spirit to come in and fill me, He showed me things I've never known. He took me to depths that I have never known. And I never would have known if I'd have kept going back to that old filthy watering hole. See, I wanted to do things for God. I wanted to do good things. And I tried religion, but I never tried really depending on God in a relationship. Relationship with Jesus and living in God's Word and trying to understand God's Word and apply it to your life changes you. God's Word changes lives.